position. And I've got the formula down here. Anytime you see a triangle, we know that means change, and the X means position. So the formula that we have for change of position that we're using in this class is change of position is equal to final position minus initial position. So the biggest thing we have to do is figure out what our initial position is for the green car and what the final position is for the green car. The number one thing we have to do is always measure from the same spot on the car or animal or whatever it is we're measuring. In this class we said we're always going to go from the front bumper. So let's look at that. Since the cars we know are going this way, this first car is going to be at my initial position. And the second car is going to be at my final position. All right, so if I measure from the front bumper, my initial position is 0. So I've got an initial position of 0 meters. I've got a final position here of, if I go from the front bumper, it looks like that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've got 15 meters. So my change of position, I know the formula is this. It's written down there for me. Now I'm just going to plug in what I've got. My change of position for this car is final 15 meters minus 0 meters is equal to 15 meters. The car had a change of position of 15 meters. All right, let's try that another way. On your quiz, we had a shark, and we do this exactly the same way. We don't have a car, we don't have a front bumper, but we have a front nose. So I'm going to measure from that front nose, and I'm going to measure from that front nose. Now I know that this first shark is at my initial position. So it looks like my first shark is at -3 for his position, -3 meters. Looks like my final shark is at 6, 7, 8, 8 meters. Now I'm going to go back, plug the formula in that will be given to you for this test. Final position equals, change of position equals final position minus initial position. I'm going to plug in my numbers, 8 meters minus a -3 meters. So I know that I've got 8 meters. When I've got a double negative, I add them, plus 3 meters. So I might have an answer of 11 meters. That's what we were looking for on our quiz. Okay, there's one more way we solve change of position. Let's look at it with a graph. Oops, too far. Sorry about that. We got a graph, and we're going to do the same things. Just like I've asked you when you plot your slope and solve for velocity, that the first dot is your initial position, and your second dot is your final position. We're going to use those numbers that we get from a graph to do our same change of position formula. So let's try it. Our initial position down here is at 0. We know the corner of that is always 0. So I've got an initial position of 0 meters. Now let's look at our final position. My final position is 100 meters. I'm going to go over and see where it is on that position line. I've got 100 meters here. Be careful that you don't say 25. A lot of people are going to look down here and know that, but that's 25 seconds. And of course, that cannot be a position. It has to be on the other position line. So be careful about that. We have that. So from there, we're just going to go ahead and put in these numbers into our change of position. So you've got a change of position is equal to my final position, which is 100, minus 0 is equal to 100 meters. Now you try.